Hi there everybody, it's Jackie here from Stampingjack.com. It's Monday, which means it's time for Facebook Live again. I'm just checking my settings here to make sure that we're not interrupted. Leave me a comment below so I know you're here. So yeah, can you believe it's Monday again? It comes around so fast. I just can't believe it. I actually wasn't sure I was going to make it today. I only got in from work about 10-15 minutes ago. Thankfully I was organised and I had everything ready beforehand. Hi Lynn, welcome. First one in today. Let's have a look. How are we doing? Just checking that we're online. There we go. Okay, so yeah, Monday. Hope you guys had a good weekend. It's gotten quite cold here. My conservatory, which is my craft room and studio, is boiling hot in the summer, as you can imagine. So it's been quite hot the last few weeks, and now it's freezing cold. Hi Diane, welcome. So yeah, this morning when I went out to work, I had to actually scratch some, we had some frost last night, so I had to scratch some frost off the car. So that's the first time. We went to turn on our heating and it's not working. So thankfully it's not so cold, but we thought we'd better test it seeing as the weather was turning a little bit, and just as well we did, because the hot water is working but not the heating. So I think it's a visit from British Gas is in the offing, so that's something to look forward to. So what have we got for you tonight? So tonight I've got 4 projects for you using the Dashing Deer stamp set and coordinating dies. We played around with this at my class, last week's class, so I'm just going to show you the cards that we made. What else have we got to do? Oh yes, don't forget to share. This week again I'm offering £5 off your next order, and the winner for this week's one is, have I got my piece of paper? The winner this week is Kat Elliott. So Kat, congratulations, well done. I'll be in touch with you on how to process your order, and I will, like I say, next Monday I will do this is the final draw for £5 off your order. So as I said, share the video to win £5 off. So there we go. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to tell you guys about? Don't think there's any big Stampin' Up news. Oh yes, for anyone who's signed up for the paper share, I shall be sending out the payment details today or tomorrow, and those should be going out soon, so that'd be good. Yeah, we've got a full house for the paper share, so I'm really excited about that. But I think we'll just get started. Let's get stuck into the crafting, okay? So let's put this away. And for our first card, what should we do? Yes, let's do this one. So our first card is this one. Absolutely fabulous. I love this die cut. She's just absolutely gorgeous. So let me show you. Obviously you've got the Dashing Deer stamp set, and then you've got the coordinating dies. So the dies will cut out these 2 deer and this guy and this little flower, and then you've got this leaping deer as well, and then you've got some little corners. And I like the fact that what you've got here is you've got some multiples of these little flowers, so you can cut out quite a few at a time. So it's really, really cool. But I love this stamp set, and my head is just buzzing with ideas on how to use it. So there's 4 for you tonight. So this is the first one. So this one also uses our scattered sequins embossing folder. Okay, and so I've already done a panel of that, and we need, let's get all the bits. So we need a Whisper White card base, got a piece of basic black, and then we have I've got 2 pieces of black there, I think I have. There we go. And then we're going to use 2 different ribbons. So there's a little bit of our red ribbon, but we've got this ribbon which is hiding in the Halloween section of our autumn winter catalogue. It's very easy to miss because I think here in the UK in particular, Halloween's not necessarily a huge card making occasion, and quite often I skip past it. But there's two things I'm using tonight from that section which would be easy to miss. This is one of them, and the other one is our black foil. So we've got these 12 by 12 sheets of black foil. So I've die cut this deer out of that black foil. It's just absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous. So this card comes together really, really simply. Okay, and as usual, I will put up a blog post with all of the dimensions and supplies. Now I am a little bit behind, but I will catch up, I promise. Okay, so now let's do our ribbon first of all. We'll just take some snail and just place a little bit on either side of our card, and then we'll just put some down there and just place that where we want it to go. So I think that's about right. Then we'll trim it off. Let's see, is that straight? Yep. Okay, and then I'm going to use our liquid glue to just glue this onto our basic black piece. So this card's quite unusual for me in that I've not put a sentiment or any stamping at all, in fact, on the front. Normally I do, but I just thought, hi Donna, I will post the dimensions of the card pieces to my blog shortly. We're using Whisper White and Basic Black, okay? And the ribbon is our glitter, what's it called? It is our black glitter ribbon. There, glittered organdy ribbon from the Autumn Winter catalogue. But in my blog post, I will have all the links to all the supplies, okay? So then I'm going to take my deer and I'm going to give him a little bow, okay? So I'm just going to cut myself a piece. Okay. And this ribbon is from the main catalogue, but it's absolutely perfect for this because it's just so skinny and easy to use to tie a tiny bow. Okay, so what you do is just tie the loops quite big, give yourself plenty to work with, and then just pinching the knot, you can just pull it in and tighten, and then just keep adjusting it until you're happy with the size of it. I don't want it too big, but I just wanted a little splash of colour onto this card. Okay, and we'll just trim that. There we go. Okay, and then we'll take our mini dimensionals, which are here. Okay, and let's see how I want him. So you can put him straight across like that or leaping up and over. It depends, it's entirely up to you. But place him first because then you'll know where to put the dimensionals. So on this I'm going to put one on his head here and then one down here so that I don't have dimensionals where there's ribbon. Okay, and then we just pop him down. This is just so easy to do, but I think it's so elegant and very contemporary looking, very simple. Try and get that bit off. Ooh, doesn't want to come. There we go. Alrighty, I'm happy with that. And then we're just going to glue that down onto our card base. Like so. Whoops. I'll even do it straight. Right, and then we're just going to stamp the sentiment on the inside, which is happiest Christmas wishes. And then we're just going to stamp that in my Memento ink. So ink that up nicely. That's it. There we go. And there we have it. Really simple, stunning Christmas card. Super. That was easy. That was very easy. So that's our first card. Let's clear our bits away. And we'll move on to our second card. What should we do for our second one? Our second one is even simpler. Okay. So our second card is this one here. So for this, we're going to use a piece of Mossy Meadow. So this is an A4 sheet cut in half the long way to give us that nice tent fold. Okay, so we're just going to fold that in half. Okay. And then we need a piece of Sahara sand. And we're going to use some of our gold braid for this one. And the ink colour is Mossy Meadow. So let me just get the stuff. Now again, I love this particular image. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it just, to me, it screams heat emboss in a metallic colour. But for this card, again, I just wanted to keep it really, really simple. Because, you know, especially when it comes to Christmas cards, you do want something that you can mass produce quite easily. So if you had a Stamparatus, you could just set this up and just stamp this panel easily in no time at all. Okay, so that's all we're doing. That's our stamping done. Okay, so we'll put our ink away. And then we're going to do our braid. Okay, so because the braid, I find this braid is a little tricky to tie. So what I'm going to do is, just like before, I'm going to put a piece of snail. I'm going to need it a bit further up. Okay, roughly where I want my ribbon to go. And I'm just going to run it across the top, like so. All right. And then rather than trying to tie a bow, this is what I'm going to do, is instead of trying to tie a bow and everything on it, then I'm just going to take another piece and tie a double knot. And with this ribbon, you just need to tie it quite tightly because it's not quite elasticated, but it feels elasticated. So there we go. So there we are. Okay, and then we'll just trim that off. And this way it's just a lot less fiddly than trying to actually tie the bow. And it's great, you know, if you want to put like a bow or something on your cards and you just can't face doing a bow, then this is a great little cheat. All right, so then all we're going to do is pop some dimensionals on the back. My dimensional backs don't want to come off tonight. I wonder if it's something to do with the temperature. Who knows? Oop. Right, so I'm going to stick that down. That's not quite where I want it to be, so let's do that again. And that's the beauty of using your snail like I do, is that you can easily reposition your ribbon, okay, when you want to. And then I'm just going to lay that on the front. And then I'm going to do an inside to this one as well. Do I have a panel? Yes, I do. Okay, and so for this one I'm going to... I don't always do an inside to my cards, as you know, but because this is a... the inside is dark, I'm going to add an inside to it. So this sentiment is from... Yes, that's not the one. It is... I've got the wrong sentiment on here. Okay. Alrighty. Make sure it's the right way around. Okay, and then I'm going to use this gorgeous border, which I think is just super, like so, along the bottom. All right, and then we're just going to glue that on the inside. There we go. Okay, so there we have card number 2. Really, really easy. And just a quick little tip for you is if you want your ribbon or your bow to lay a little bit flatter, what you need to do is just grab yourself a glue dot and place it behind your knot and then just press down. And that'll just hold it in position for you. Okay, and I'm going to put another little one. This time I'm going to roll my glue dot a little. Okay, and then again just pop it down behind the ribbon just to hold it in place a little bit more. So there we go, card number 2. Easy peasy. This one is absolutely perfect for making lots of, which of course, you know, that's what you do at Christmas. Well, I always start off making lots and saying this is a great design for making lots, and then I start off and then I make about 4 or 5 of them and I get bored and I think, oh no, I want I want something more interesting than that. Right, so our next card is this one here, which is a little bit more involved. So this has got a bit of emboss resist going on here. I wanted something really light. I don't know if you can see that, but we've got some nice shimmer on there and a cool way of using our ribbon. Okay, so for this one, we have, so for our card base, again, we've got a piece of A4. Ooh, I've got some thumbs up. Thanks, guys. Lovely. So this, again, a piece of A4 just cut in half lengthways and then folded in half. And then we have a panel of Pool Party and a panel of, this is our thick Whisper White cardstock because I'm going to be doing a little bit of watercolouring on here. All right. We're also going to be doing some embossing, which would be cool. Alrighty. Let's just got some bits mixed up here. There we go. Alright, and we're also going to use our lovely white and silver metallic edge ribbon. So let's start with our heat embossing. Alright, so we want this piece, and we're going to use our deer again. So I'm just going to clean him off quickly. So don't want mossy meadow ink on this one. Okay, so first step, as always, watch out for the magic, Lynn, it's about to happen. So first step, as always, is to go across your panel with your embossing buddy to remove any oils or static that your powder will cling to that you don't want to. Okay, you only want your powder to cling to your stamped image. So we'll ink it up with our Versamark ink. There we go. Oops. Stamp it down. There we go. Hold it for a bit just to allow time for all that ink to transfer. There we are. Okay, and then we're just going to heat emboss in white. Okay. Be generous with it. Sprinkle it all over. And there we go. Okay, now let's put our powder back. We don't want any accidents. There we go. And then we'll get our heat tool, which is just here. Now, when you're using your heat tool, it's always good to heat it up first before bringing it to your panel, because that will minimize any warping. So just going to let that warm up for a second. I'll put some of this stuff away whilst we wait. Okay, clear some space. Okay. Let's. Oh, hi Sue. Welcome. I didn't know who Sue B's paper crafts were. Welcome. Right, here we go. So you won't see this very easily because we're just doing white, but you know it's done when it just turns glossy. Can you see that? And because I've warmed my heat tool up first, I don't have to hold it to the card for as long, which means it doesn't warp the card quite as much. Okay, and there we go. There we are. Okay, now let me just show you something while I wait for that to cool down. Here's one I made where I heat embossed him in copper. Isn't he just gorgeous? I mean, that on its own, well, like a circle or something, would make a beautiful gift tag, or just on the front of a card like that. Wouldn't that be super? And I'm looking at it and thinking, oh, maybe I should heat emboss it in silver and put it on there. So. But that's what happens, isn't it? You do one thing and then you think of other things as you go. Right, so whilst that's doing that, let's just get my aqua painter. Right, so we're going to do a little bit of a watercolour wash around him. We'll do some stamping first. Okay, so we'll take that happiest Christmas wishes sentiment. We're just going to stamp it on the top in Pool Party. There we go. And then we're going to do some watercolouring. So what we want to do is just press the lid of our ink pad, like so. And then when we open up, we have a nice pool of ink to use. Okay, and then I've got my aqua painter. So I just want to squeeze to get a little water. Okay, and you can do this as light or as dark as you like. It's entirely up to you. Okay. The only thing I would suggest to you is that on this one, because it's not watercolor paper, I find it works better if you use a circular motion rather than a wash back and forth. Because if you use the back and forth motion, you're more likely to get lines and things, which is not so nice. So there we go. We're just gonna, and you can see I'm not being especially careful. I just want to add some color. Okay, and you can go back over it to add more if you want. There we go. I'm just going to get some kitchen towel. And I'm just going to wipe off my deer. There you go, so you can see he just suddenly appears. Hi Fran, welcome. Which is kind of cool. Alright, so I'm just going to clean my aqua painter off. All you need to do is just wipe it on a scrap piece of paper or tissue until it's clear, and now it's ready to use for my next project, whatever that might be. Alright, so I've got a bit more to do on this one. I'm going to add a little bit of extra texture, so I'm going to do some spritzing. So I'm going to spritz with my Pool Party marker. So again, you take the brush tip of your marker and just flick it inside the lid. I don't want too much, I just want a little. There we go. And then I'm going to do some grey. So this is Smoky Slate. There we go. And then we're going to do some Wink of Stella. Okay. So we'll just make sure I've got some ink in there. And then simply take my scissors and just tap firmly. And that should give me some nice, oops, I don't know if you can see that, but you just get some nice shimmer and sparkle. Okay, so we'll set that to one side for a moment. Okay, and now we're going to do what I think is quite a neat little trick with our ribbon. Okay, so I'm always looking for sort of interesting, new and different ways to use our ribbon. And I think this one works quite well. I'm just looking for my double-sided tape. Just 1 second. Should be here somewhere. There it is. Okay, right. So, what we're going to do is take our Pool Party panel and we're just going to place a strip of double-sided tape right along both edges. Okay, close to the edge as you can get it. And then we're going to take our ribbon, okay, and peel one side off. So lay my ribbon out. Okay, we've got some glitter on that, but it doesn't matter. And what I want to do is line it up so that I've just got this bit showing. I don't want the whole thing, okay? So I'm just going to, and don't press it down hard, because if you just lay it down and you're not happy or it's not as straight as you'd like, you can reposition, but I'm happy with that, okay? And then we just trim that off at either end. There we go. Okay, and then we just repeat it on the same side. So again, just lay your ribbon down like so, and then just gently place it. Now see, I don't like it like that, so I can very easily just take it off and place it again until I'm happy with it. There we go. There we are, happy with that. So then we just trim that here and here. All right. Okay, and now we're going to bring back our panel, and you can see it's still a little bit wet, so I'm just going to quickly dry this off a little. And then I'm going to put some heat on the back to try and flatten this out a bit. It'll never make it flat, completely flat again, but it'll make it a little bit flatter. There we go. Okay. So again, because we've done quite a lot to this panel and it's not completely flat, I'm going to use my double-sided tape to stick this down. Okay. I'm just going to do 3 strips, the full length of this panel, so that it gives it quite a lot of support and stability. Okay. There we go. And here's a little trick for you when you're laying your tape down, okay, is if you just peel half of it like so. Okay, and I'm going to do the same here. So you got tails, okay, and then I use this bottom bit, won't stick if I put it down, so I'm going to use that as my guide, and I can place this down. See, I can still move it, where if I'd taken the tape off completely, it would stick and it would be much harder to reposition. So doing it this way, you've got a little bit more control. So I can lay that down. Okay, and then when I'm happy with it, then all I do is just pull my tabs. And there we go. Okay, let's just give that a good press. All right, and then we've got this gorgeous little flower, which is one of the dies from the set, and we're going to just attach that with a glue dot. There we go. And then we want some dimensionals on the back of this. And then we just place that. Now you could put it in the center if you wanted, but I just wanted to I put mine off to the side just to create a little bit more interest. And there we have it. Look at that. Really pleased with that one. Very, very nice. Now this is not really a mass-produced kind of one, but it's still really, really nice. But again, it's not that difficult. You could easily make a couple of these in one go. Very, very simple. Right, so that's card number 3. Now, for our 4th card, I decided to make a card that wasn't a Christmas card, and this was our sample. But on the night in the class, we all agreed that this card kind of needed a little something. So we experimented with all sorts of things, with sponging the background and all sorts of things. But in the end, we came up with something. So what I want to do is I'll show you what we came up with and you can tell me which one you think works better. Okay? So we're starting with a crumb cake card base. So again, this is just an A4 piece of paper cut in half. Okay, and then we have a piece of cherry cobbler, which is just 1/2 centimetre smaller. And then we have a piece, this one. So then we have another piece of crumb cake, which I've embossed using the Woodland embossing powder. Okay, so that's that. And I need a little scrap, of, what's the colour? A little scrap of crumb cake. And then we have our colours here. So what we decided would work better is if we actually stamped these and die cut them instead of having the solid images. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to stamp in early espresso onto crumb cake cardstock, our two deer. Now because these are solid images, I like to just hold it for a little bit longer so I get a nice crisp image. Okay. There we go. And I'm actually going to do that one again because I'd see if I can get him a bit darker. Now, if I was using my stamper artist, then I could stamp over and over and over again until he was as dark as I wanted. But I didn't think of that. I will next time. There, that's better. All right, so I'm just going to grab my Big Shot. Bear with me 1 second. Bring that in. Okay, and then we've got our deers, and then we'll get our dies. So I'm just going to take this one and this one. I'm just going to lay those over the top. Can you see that? Maybe forward a little bit, like so. Now, you could use your magnetic platform if you wanted. You could stick it down with washi tape if you wanted. But my plates, and I'm going to jinx it by saying this, my plates are reasonably flat, so I'm going to do it this way. Okay, so I'm just going to place my plate down carefully and then run it through, and hopefully my dies won't move. Let's see, shall we? That one worked fine. That one not so good. So let's just quickly do that again. There's my stamp. There it is. Because we want to get it right for you guys. Okay, ink here. See, as soon as I bring my Big Shot onto the table, I've got no room for anything else. There we go. See, I knew saying what I said would jinx it. Alright, so let's pop him in there. Let's pop our cutting plate because we will need that. Alright. There we go. Let's see if I can do it this time. Hi Amy, welcome. Whoop! Just knocked the camera. We're on to the last one. This is the one we had a committee on Wednesday. It was a lot of fun actually, because obviously, you know, I prepare the projects, but I really enjoy when we're at the classes and people have got their own ideas. And I was delighted that the guys kind of said, look, you know what, I think it needs something. It was really cool. And again, we had a bit of a play and we tried a number of different things until we were happy with it. Right, so I'm going to use a sentiment from a different stamp set, from the Wishing You Well stamp set. And I'm going to use the Just a Note sentiment from there, which is this one, because I wanted to make something that wasn't a Christmas card, just to show that, you know, you can do that with this stamp set. It's not just Christmas, and it's, you know, we like to get the most from our supplies, so it's great to be able to use images and stuff from our Christmas sets all year round. So I'm gonna, there we go, and then just grab my punch. So I'm going to use the tailored tag punch to create a little tail on the end, like so. There we go. All right, and then we're just about ready. So let's bring these back in. So I'm going to do the usual, give this bit of a wiggle, okay, because I don't want it to be flat. And then we want some mini dimensionals on the back of our deer. I think we'll put one up here on his antlers. Ooh, hearts. You guys are liking this one. Cool. Okay. So we're just going to position these down here. We've got one. And two. And then before we place our sentiment, I'm going to spritz with some soft suede. So again, like before, brush tip, flick through the lid, just adds a little extra texture. And we're going to do the same. I'm going to add some shimmer with our Winkle Stella. There we go, so we're in a bit of a frosty woodland there. All right, and then we'll take our sentiment, pop some dimensionals on the back of that. Ooh, what's happened here? There we go. Whoops, gosh, my dimensionals are really misbehaving tonight. Don't know what it is. It must be the change in weather or something. Change in temperature out here. Okay, so we're just going to pop that on there like so. And then we've got some glue on the back. Put that onto the cherry cobbler layer. Like so. And then we're just going to stick that down onto our card base. And there we go. So you guys tell me which one is better, the solid or the stamped image, while I clear some space. There we go. Put some of this stuff away. While I remind you that yet again, all you need to do to be entered into the draw to win a £5 gift voucher off your next order from me is to simply share the video. Leave me a comment telling me that you've shared, because I can't always see all the shares if we're not friends on Facebook or whatever. I'm not 100% sure about the technology, but anyway. So there we go. Let's see. Whoop. Have we got any preferences? Ooh, are we frozen? Interesting. Nope. Stamped, stamped. Amy, I knew what you'd like. You were here. Yeah, I think I prefer the stamped. We did try shimmer and foil and all sorts of stuff, but I just felt that we wanted something, didn't want anything shiny or glittery on this card. We wanted to keep it quite natural. Stamped, stamped. So you see, you guys who were at the class on Wednesday were absolutely right. Thank you very much. Hats off to you. That's right. So, Donna, I will post a link to my blog post, which will have all the cardstock paper, all the supplies, what colours. Okay, I think we're back. Yeah, dodgy video tonight. The signal is a bit poor. I'm going to have to try and do something about that because that started happening quite a lot recently. But anyway, there we have it. 4 cards, all using the fabulous Dashing Deer stamp set. So let me know which one is your favourite. Remember to share the video. Thank you for joining along with me tonight, and I'll see you again next week. Cheerio!